area of the industry is far more interested in making cinema rather than focusing on the box office turnover. It's a monster which is created by the producers themselves, the commercial producers. If you finish independent movement, your cinemas will become just a product and nothing more. अगर ये तुक्का लग गया तो बहुत पैसा आएगा, but mostly लगता नहीं है. बहुत ही कुछ एक लकी लोग होते हैं जिनका तुक्का लगता है. I mean, word of mouth is not spreading for mainstream cinema. What are you talking about our film?
Hi, this is Abhimanyu and you are on Hindustan Times, and I am with someone who I do not need to introduce, the actor extraordinary Mr. Manoj Bajpayee.
Thank you, sir.
Manoj sir, welcome to HT.
Thank you.
Finally, this film is coming out. हमने इसका नाम सुना था as The Fable. It's coming as Jugnuma.
Yeah, Jugnuma for the Hindi audience.
For the Hindi audience.
For the Indian people, it's far more relatable for them, and they will understand it much more. Okay, so you will try to make it much more accessible to the audience.
Much more palatable, of course. Yeah. But of course, when it comes out, it has this backing of having done so well in so many film festivals, including Mami here itself. And that raises some of the anticipation, some of the expectation. This is a film which is grounded in sort of magical realism, as we call it. ज़्यादा फिल्म के बारे में रिवील ना करते हुए, what can you tell us about its USP which made you say I want to do this thing?
The USP is the storytelling. It's I would say that this is the kind of story, and this is the storytelling I have never experienced before. I have never experienced this kind of imagination by anyone, you know. When you talk about magic realism, you know certain films, you know how it's done and what is the kind of story, but in the manner Raam Reddy has written it and told this story on the screen is something that you've never experienced. You've not seen it. I can say about myself, I have not seen it. I've watched many films in my life. Yeah. I'm not a geek, but yeah, I love watching films. I love acting, and for the acting purpose, for the great performances purpose, for the cinema purpose, I keep watching stuff. And this has been a routine or discipline for many years. But this is the kind of a storytelling I have not seen. Okay, and this is 35-year-old. Now he's 35-year-old young man called Raam Reddy. With his first film, he's blew everyone's mind, and second film is gone beyond of his own ability. Okay, and he's a purist. He's a perfectionist. He's somebody constantly looking, searching, without troubling you. Rather, he is taking you on that imaginative journey. All of us,
all along himself.
All along.
One thing I liked through the trailer is the decision to shoot in 16mm.
Right.
Film पे वैसे ही फिल्में कम बनती हैं अब.
Right.
It's all digital now. But because I think the setting is 1989, that lends itself beautifully to that film format, and the mountains have never looked more beautiful in decades probably in Indian cinema.
Yeah, there are grains on the screen which makes everything look real.
Yeah.
There are things which you can see, but there are things you can feel, and that's the quality of the story also. True. This film.
I saw that, whenever an independent film, as we call him, independent boliye, parallel boliye, whatever term you want to give it, I would say independent because it's a nice way of denoting what it is while not excluding it out of anything. When independent films come out, I have seen this, that a lot of filmmakers lend their weight because वो अपनी credibility उसके lend कर रहे हैं so that the audience comes in. And Anurag has done it, Guneet has done it here. Anurag told me once when he was doing the same for Stolen, like, I wish someone had done this for Black Friday and 5 मेरे वक्त में. So वो नहीं हो पाया मेरे साथ, तो I do it now. What do you feel about this, that the industry comes together as a family to promote someone like Raam Reddy who you say has outdone himself, so that वो audiences तक पहुँचे?
The part of the industry is very together. Like Anurag or say Guneet or Ram or I, or there are many people. Many of the filmmakers. or Vetrimaran. They have
Right.
they Lizo, Nag Ashwin. All of these people have lent their names to the film. It also shows that this area of the industry is far more interested in making cinema rather than focusing on the box office turnover. So and they want to move ahead, move together, uh, and not indulge into bitching about each one or pulling each other's leg,
Right.
rather really appreciating each other and each other's passion and craft. I think that's a very beautiful thing.
And that takes you back to your days from theatre and everything, right? Because that
Right.
used to be a family kind of an atmosphere as well.
Yes.
Obviously, वहाँ भी थोड़ी politics होती है.
होती है, थोड़ी बहुत तो फैमिली में भी होती है.
कहाँ नहीं होती है.
वो तो-
Right. You mentioned a very interesting point about the box office, and I say this because for the longest time, critics' reviews used to be the audience's parameter for judging what is good and bad. No longer the case.
Right.
The audience doesn't care about critics anymore. But somehow we have created this monster that they look at box office as a parameter of what is good and what is not. कि इस फिल्म की तो ओपनिंग 1-1.25 करोड़ है, ये क्या अच्छी होगी? How do we get out of this? Because the films that are suffering are independent films because of this.
It's a monster which is created by the producers themselves, the commercial producers, for their own gain.
Yeah.
And this monster is very soon is going to eat you up. एक क्या नाम था माइथोलॉजी में, एक हमारे कैरेक्टर है जो अपने भस्मासुर, आपने भस्मासुर क्रिएट कर दिया है. And just wait for the day you are going to put your hand on your own head, and you'll be ruined. So this is what this is created by our own producers, by our own successful people, and one day it is going to eat them up.
But is there a way out so that films like Jugnuma can reach out and not be affected by this
See,
perception?
the small independent films always experience struggle.
Right.
Okay, then came a very brief time when OTT just entered the country, and they were welcoming. But very soon they changed their stance, and all of them started focusing on mainstream
Numbers.
mainstream subjects, mainstream faces, and then one feels sad,
Yeah.
because I am of the opinion that if you finish independent movement, your cinemas will become just a product and nothing more.
Art खत्म हो जाएगी उससे.
And if the art is taken out, then it has no value.
Right.
So if Mr. Bachchan was there, Mr. Bachchan has also done few of the fabulous films like Abhiman or Mili, right?
Saudagar.
Or Saudagar.
Yeah.
So he's done many more films, but only Dawn, after a point, will be boring, right? So Mr. Bachchan is Mr. Bachchan also for the kind of films that he has done
Right.
in his early
Right.
stage of his life.
I like the fact that you mentioned OTT, and I'm going to wrap up with that. That for me, it has also become a dumping ground of sorts. कि ये फिल्म किसी मेन स्ट्रीम प्रोड्यूसर को लग रहा है कि हमने बना तो ली है पर अच्छी नहीं लग रही, रिलीज नहीं करते, इसको OTT पर डाल देते हैं. And that is very sad because OTT had emerged as an alternative to the mainstream.
See, everyone who is interested in, who is more interested in making commercial films or buying commercial films, they are all. It's a gamble, and it doesn't pay off that often.
Right.
But but the producers are more interested in putting their money into that film, or OTT is more interested in putting their money into that film because the gain is huge.
हाँ.
अगर ये तुक्का लग गया तो बहुत पैसा आएगा, बट मोस्टली लगता नहीं है. बहुत ही कुछ एक लकी लोग होते हैं जिनका तुक्का लगता है. तो they are fine with it, but we are also fine with our own struggle, with our own independent films. We made the film, we enjoyed making it, we have put in our blood and sweat into it. Now we are also very happy that is finally releasing Jugnuma. We are celebrating this also, and we with the conviction that each and everyone who is going to watch this film is going to fall in love with the story.
That's
And this is a film which will stand the test of many years to come.
Wonderful. That sort of conviction for an
Yeah.
actor to have, and considering that you've done some of the most memorable films over the last 30,
I mean,
35
look,
years,
I mean, just 2 years back, I was my film Joram released,
Joram, yeah.
and we went everywhere promoting it. You know that there's a very less audience for that, but that much audience is also good for us. You know, we want to release our films in 200, 300 screens, and from there we'd like to spread. Okay, even if it doesn't spread, you try to recover your money from this corner, from that corner, and just make sure that your producer gets back his money, whatever little bit money that he has
Right.
put into the film. But if it makes a good number of money, it is very good for the movement.
of course.
Okay.
That is where I come to end this, is that I would have believed that with social media and WhatsApp and Twitter and everything, word of mouth increase hona chahiye tha. Chakravarti from Satya was telling me years ago that he would go to Gaiety every show opening day में.
Right.
It's like पहले 2 row भरी हुई थी and शाम को गाड़ी अंदर घुसाने की जगह नहीं थी. That is how the word of mouth had spread for film like Satya, which I would like to call a semi-independent film for that time. That is not happening today. Word of mouth is not spreading at all.
I mean, word of mouth is not spreading for mainstream cinema. What are you talking about? Our film. Our film, we are very sure that, you know, it is going to recover its money. We are very, very sure about one thing, that it's a great film. And people should just go to the theatre, watch this film with for an amazing and very unique and special experience with their families. And we are, I'm telling you with lots of conviction and the confidence that this is one hell of a great storytelling you should not miss.
Well, that is what Manoj Bajpayee says, and with the kind of, you know, career he has had, with the kind of credibility he has, if he's saying that you should watch it, then I believe there's nothing much more left for me to say. Thank you, Manoj sir, and all the best for Jugnuma. I don't think it needs blessings or best wishes, but I would say it needs our support, and that's what we're willing to give.
Please go ahead and support this film, and this film will not disappoint you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, and take care.
Thank you. Thank you very much.